Good morning, everyone, again. This is more on prepping and sewing of the different things that you could make. I make my bags, go out and harvest out of my garden with, go foraging with out of burlap. That way they can breathe. Many say use a basket. Well, sometimes I'm hiking. The nice thing with these burlap bags is I can fold them up. Actually, I can do a little tighter than that and have both hands. And they breathe, so you can put a mushroom in there and it won't rot, or you can put fruit in there that you're harvesting if you found when you're out in the woods having a good time, bushcrafting, whatever it is you do. You can buy burlap at any sewing supply store. They're easy to make. I'm going to show you how here shortly. There's that kind of bag. Now here's a little pouch, goes on my belt when I'm picking up my 9mm rounds to reload. It's awful handy to drop them in. Made that. Here's a little wool bag that I started. I haven't finished. I think I'm going to put a strap on it. Make it just a quick little carry bag. Put a strap on it. Go over your shoulder or something. That was out of scraps of wool. Now there is free fabric in that bag, free fabric. This comes out of free piles. Second-hand shops that have free piles, I always take a look at them. You can get backpacks out of there for free that give you straps, gives you buckles, gives you clips. But what I'm going to make today is a little bag for my fat wood sticks that I carry with me to start fires. Now that I have a nice, now I'm going to make a little bag. Well, one of the requirements for all Tinder is it should be dry. So I got this Gore-Tex raincoat. I have a free pile. And I'm going to take the material out of that. I won't bore you with cutting that apart, but I'm not just going to cut it apart. There's zippers here that can be reused. Nice big heavy duty zipper. If you're making yourself a backpack at some point. Paracord. We all like paracord. Works for the top of your bags. The inside of this stuff really probably won't serve a purpose. You probably get pitched. Somewhere on here there's some Velcro. Now I saw it when I was... There it is. That's always good to have. Makes wonderful fasteners and bags you're making. Anything else you're making. There's just... So, anyway. I'll shut this off, and all I'm going to use to make this is this little Singer 99 that I talked about, and a pair of scissors. I am going to change my thread color, and glasses. Okay, I'm going to shut you off now and get some stuff cut out. While I'm on the subject of free piles, garage sales, secondhand shops, that's where I buy all my thread. Usually a spool of thread, well that's old enough, so that one was 35 cents and they bought it. I probably gave a quarter for that bag of thread, and I've used quite a bit out of it already. I have a lot of those stockpiled. Now for the project at hand, I have the material cut out. I'm going to double side this, make it a little heavier, a little more waterproof. I'm going to use a dark green thread. I'm not going to use that yellow thread. It's not that it's that fancy of a job. It's easy to do. Alright, I'm going to thread this up. We've been through it before with this 99, how it threads up. And I'll put some green thread on a bobbin and we'll get started. Okay, the machine is threaded. The first thing we're going to do is sew these two pieces of material together. At this point, I'm not looking for a very strong stitch, so I'm going to use what's called a basting stitch, which is a long stitch. Don't worry about the fact that they're not even for this project. Trust me. Okay, run your needle down. I'm not going to do a back stitch on this. I don't think you could turn this one backwards by hand, because this is just sewing these two pieces of fabric material together. Okay, down here, turn it. Turn it. Turn it. And you're done. That one. We'll clean up the tag ends. Okay, the next thing, I'm going to trim that off right there because that is going out beyond there a little bit. It's not really critical for this project. We're going to take this, fold it over about an inch. Okay, fold that like that. Fold that like that. Now fold about 3/4 of an inch, just like that. Sew fairly close to this edge, right here. Now this I am going to lock stitch. It's a small. No, wait a minute. I'm going to double sew it, so it'll be all right. And we'll turn that right around and go right back down again. Okay, that's it for that end. Take your needle, pull it out, cut your tag ends off. Make sure you've left a loop in there in both ends, or through this. This is the idea of this. That's where your drawstring is going to go. Turn it around. Do the same thing on this end. Whoops, I didn't put my needle down. I have a habit of not doing that. There's that end done. Now turn it inside out. Bring these two edges together. Pull it up tight. These two edges together. Down. It's still up through. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but you noticed I didn't lock stitch. Sew over your cross stitch on the two tops. Turn it around. Too thick to get under there. There we go. And bring it back. I'm just going to double stitch this today, so it doesn't take all day. There's that half done. Now bring this one over here. There's a needle up. Put her under there, drop her down, drop the needle down. Same thing again. little bit too far with my stitching there, but that's alright. Turn it over. I gotta lock that stitch a little better right there. That's gonna break. Do it like this right here. I'm not happy with it. I can my belt's slipping because it needs to be tightened. I'll just do it by hand. There. That'll tighten that up. Now you just turn it inside out. These smaller bags that you make thick like this are a little bit annoying to turn. Use a stick, dowel, do it. Now take your ends and your scissors and clip it just at an angle. Straighten that one up. I don't have a piece of wire right here handy, so I'm going to go get a piece of wire and we're going to put the strings in. Okay, I messed up. A good demonstration of putting string through. I forgot to hit record on the camera. Now we just need to adjust the string to length. And at this point you can do lots of fun things with these. You can tie things into the strings if you want. Tie a knot, big knot in the end. Always tie a big knot. That way you won't be pulling it through. That'll stop it from going through the bag if you pull too far. This one here, do the same thing at about the same length. Plus it gives you a little extra piece of paracord when you're out there in the wild. And cut it off. I don't have something with me to melt those ends. But that would be essential, just to snip those ends off and melt them back. But I said this was to put in your fatwood pieces or bigger. I've made, and will do it again, little feather sticks and lit them with these pieces with my ferro rod, and they light really well.